Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 5 o'clock. Oh, we're not here tonight.
Yeah, we can go on
Sure. Roll call.
Hoheisel.
Here.
Lassie.
Here.
White.
Here.
Anderson.
Here.
Lossy.
Here.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Do you have any public input today?
I do.
Okay.
I'd like to thank the city council for the work that they do. It's not always mentioned. So representing the people here, I'd like to say thank you. And the other thing is, I'd like to thank the city council for letting me explore your heating system and put together a proposal. Thank you.
Thanks.
I would like to speak as well.
Yes, Kathy.
I would like to take this opportunity to thank you, the city council, for my opportunity to attend the second session of my 3 sessions of training for the court position. I received a $200 scholarship to help pay towards help the city a little bit. And I received my Minnesota Municipal Clerks Institute 2-year certificate. This institute last week provided professional development in the areas of public administration, social and interpersonal skills, and special topics addressing emerging issues in the field. So thank you again. It was very educational. One more year, and I congratulate you.
Awesome. Good. Thank you. All right, moving on to additional. Oh,
I got one thing. It's National Police Week, and I would like to say thank you to Chief and all your officers and all the officers out there for doing a stand-up job. Thank you very much.
Any other comments? Okay, moving on to additions and deletions. A, planning commission recommendation for conditional use permit. B, revised 8C to do $91 quarterly. So we'll move A on to new business E, I believe. And then B, we can move that to F. New business.
I'll move to accept the additions.
Second. Moved by Lassie, second by Hoheisel. Discussion. Hearing none. Roll call.
Hoheisel.
Yeah.
Lassie.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yep.
Loss.
Okay, consent agenda. Approve the minutes of the regular meeting of May 2nd, 2023. Approval of all bills and payrolls as audited by the audit committee with addition of Kathy Hoheisel Consulting Services and Short Elliott Henderson. Overtime report and correspondence.
So move on the agenda, consent agenda.
Second.
Moved by Anderson, second by Lassie, to accept consent agenda. Discussion.
I have a quick question on the overtime report. I'm not picking on anybody, I'm just curious, Tony, because I wasn't a part of the campground stuff. What were you doing for the grand opening?
Not for the grand opening, just to get the thing off the ground. We've been collecting tools and getting them guys set up with what they need out there.
Okay, I'm still, like I said, I'm still learning. I found out today, or the other day, that we hired last year a couple people to take over the campground, so that's what I was asking.
Right, so I've been working with them to get the water running,
Okay,
did some dirt work out there, some quick grading on some of the roads, and the plumbing and other issues that we've had to work through with the contractor.
makes sense. Okay. Only other question was, the overtime for the council meeting. Was that for one before we passed the ruling of?
No, that was for this one. It just, so I'm based on a 40-hour week.
Okay.
So I listed the things that made my week run over 40
Okay.
hours.
All right, I was just curious. Okay.
It's a lot because it's just me.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get Joe back here
No, you should
soon.
make your, get paid for the hours.
Uh-huh.
I have no problem with that.
So I was just trying to keep up.
Thanks. That's all I had.
Do you have any help right now, Tony, with Joe being gone? There's nobody, we don't have any call-ins or nothing for you?
The casual guys are,
Winter guys or something?
well, they're all working right now. Some of the most helpful people are not available at this time. Let's put it that way. And so, no, I don't have anybody.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call?
Hoheisel,
Abstain.
Lassie,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes. Attorney's report.
Mayor and Council, just one thing, I actually, just been meaning to bring this up, to just more kind of general advice. I noticed on past agendas, there seemed like there were a series of meetings where there were lots of additions to the agenda. And I'm glad to see on this one, there aren't a lot of them, there's a couple of them. And I talked to Kathy about this earlier, and just a general, for everybody's information, the best practice is if you have things that need to be on the agenda, is to get those to the staff before the official agenda is posted. Once the official agenda is posted, which usually comes out like Thursday or Friday before the meeting, we generally, as a rule, we don't want to be adding a lot of things from the time the meeting agenda is posted until right now. We shouldn't be adding a lot of extra stuff onto the agenda. Now, we do have things that are, if it's a fairly routine item, maybe a time-sensitive item, that's fairly minor in a matter of just administrative routine that needs to be approved, or it's time-sensitive, then yeah, I think we can bend the rule a little bit for those types of narrow items. But just for your own purposes, if you want something on the agenda, get it to the city staff before the agenda is posted. Because I really am going to be advising the staff to really limit adding a bunch of stuff after the fact. So the agenda tonight, I think, looks generally fine. We added a couple of minor things, but I just want to bring that up as an information piece. But that's all I have other than agenda items tonight here.
Thank you.
Didn't mention, but I've got a question if I could, as long as you're on that.
Who's authorized to go in and take a look at personnel files? This question has kind of come up, and where do we sit on that?
Well, I mean, are you talking about the city council members?
City council members.
It really, so again, an individual city council member has no individual authority, none of you. You act as a body and only as a body. You don't have any individual authority to do anything in the city. The only narrow exception to that is the mayor. The mayor is, he's a little bit different than the rest of the city councilors in that he is the ceremonial head of the city. And then also he runs the meetings, and he to a certain extent helps with setting the agenda for the meetings. But as an individual council member or individual mayor, you have no authority to go in and view somebody's personnel records. You don't have any ability to do that. You're basically the same as a citizen right off the street. You couldn't have a citizen right off the street come in and ask to see an employee's personnel record. That would be illegal. And personnel records, now somebody can make a data request, certainly just like any other citizen, you can make a request for data. And then if you make a request to see public data regarding a particular employee, then the city would have to process that data request just like any other citizen data request. And you would be entitled to see only that data of an employee that's considered public data under the Government Data Practices Act. You will not be entitled to see private or confidential data, unless the employee specifically gave a written authorization for that. Thanks, Mitch.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business, mandate contractors to haul brush and clippings behind city garage. Approve contract for section 30 disposal services incorporated. C, approved residential, I guess we moved that. That's been moved to. Yeah, 10
Maybe you should move it back up.
Why did you?
Why is it in
Because
there?
the other one was, it was for $93 and now it's supposed to be 91.
Well, let's just discuss it under C of this, unfinished business. We have to move it back. Since we moved it once. Mitch? Are we allowed, I guess we moved, that was under, additions and deletions, so I put it under, new business.
And,
Oh,
should be under C and D.
you can just take it wherever it was on the agenda.
Yeah, okay, so we'll leave it under C.
Yeah.
Under, new unfinished business.
Right, just leave it where it
Yes,
was.
and then D is the liquor ordinance for consumption on public property. So. We usually discuss it.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and mandate contractors to haul brush and lawn clippings behind city garage. Also approve the contract of section 30 disposal services, and then approve the residential garbage rate from $65 to $91 for the room. That's my motion.
I will second that.
Motion by Hoheisel, second by Lassie, to approve A, B, and C in unfinished business. Any discussion on that?
Yeah, I've been getting quite a few contacts wondering why we're mandating the brush to go back behind the city garage that contractors have to haul it. The people are saying it's their leaves, they contract to have companies pick it up and put it on the side. Why do they have to haul it away? Especially if it's their leaves. And I basically, I know there's twice as many, maybe 3 times as many bags of leaves when a professional contractor does your lawn versus if you would do your lawn. We're talking from 5 to maybe 12 to 15, possibly 20. So I don't know, I need an explanation for that one.
It's about $15,000 is the explanation for it, because if we don't have them do that, that's how much our contracts can go up for him to haul that away. So when we were in the meeting to do the new contract for it, the big expense that he has in hauling the garbage away is the monumental amount of leaves and debris that are thrown out on the street corner. So he simply said, if you're gonna pay someone to come in and do your yard, if they will haul their own trash, which is free to bring it up to the city and dump it behind the city, which they are allowed to do as contractors, then he would be able to charge us one set rate for us to keep that service. It was very hard and a lot of discussion just to get this service kept in this contract. So that was why he was able to cut the cost for all of us. If they're already there bagging up, they can throw it in their trailer and haul it up there. That's the way he looked at it. And it's honestly, I think it was about $15,000 decrease in the cost of our contract.
It was part of our negotiation with him, that was decided to come up with the price we did, I guess. I can see both sides of it. Any other discussion?
Just to say that we did meet yesterday to go over the contract, that Mitch cleaned up some of the language, and it was all acceptable to section 30 disposal, and us, nothing really changed as far as price. Things did get clarified a little bit, and we recommended that it be presented to the council today for passage.
I do have a question, Tony, is there a certain time, I mean, is there a day and time that this is gonna be available for contractors, or do you have a opinion on that, how that's gonna be done, or?
The gate is generally left open, and as long as we're not collecting garbage, it'll be left that way. If something needs to be changed or needs more attention than that, we'll address that at that time.
Most of them probably know the routine.
Yep,
The
I think so.
local contractors.
And we have also, as a part of our meeting, we directed Kathy to publish in the paper some of the changes that are necessary that the public has to be aware of, as far as having your garbage cans covered with either a lid attached or the garbage can cover tethered to your can so that they don't go all over. The garbage will be collected starting June 6th on Monday, once a week. I think it's June 6th, is it, Kathy? Fifth. Okay, June 5th, we will start once a week collection. And the new garbage billing will follow in July. But they will publish a notice in the paper informing the public of the new rules.
Any other discussion?
They're still collecting the brush and the leaves, right?
Yes,
Okay.
so resident, yeah, for people that aren't having contractors do the work
Okay.
for them.
The brush and weeds and that kind of stuff will be picked up generally on Thursday.
Okay. Oh, they have their own day now.
Yeah,
Okay.
we established Thursday as the most logical, the easiest one for him to manage.
Okay.
Is there a limit on the number of bags
No,
For garbage or for leaves?
of leaves?
no. It's unlimited, just pretty much the way it is.
All right. Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none? Let's see. Yes, roll call.
Hoheisel,
Yes.
Lassie,
Yes?
White,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes. Moving on to D, liquor ordinance for consumption on public property.
I'm working on amending the ordinance, so we can make sure it's cleaned up. I know that, basically as far as using the public beach and those types of areas over the years, and how, people consume. If you go and use the beach on a summer day, I'm sure families or, somebody would drink a cooler and maybe have a couple of beers or something like that at the beach, and they have a public campground. I'm sure people there are, using the campground are gonna be consuming alcoholic beverages. It is public property, or city property. And, obviously, any technical language in existing ordinance prohibiting consumption of alcoholic beverages on city-owned property has never been obviously enforced as far as the technical language is concerned. So we're just basically gonna amend the city ordinance or the city code to basically make sure that it's clear that in certain public spaces like that, that consumption of alcohol is not illegal, it's not gonna be, somebody's not gonna say criminal. And it's more of a cleanup, so I'm working on the revisions, I don't have that ready for city council approval, but I will have an upcoming meeting.
I was gonna ask, is there any way we can, put in place a temporary one, Mitch?
I don't, you know,
Don't need to?
Thanks, Mitch. Committee reports, Recreation Committee recommendations.
So the arena rental fees for the 2023-2024 season, the arena marketing committee would like to have the fees set as early as possible so that they could start marketing the arena, because I guess that starts happening right, like now even. And they recommended that we just leave the fees the same as last year to make it simple. And then looking for the next season, the arena cleaning fees, we currently do not have a cleaning fee on the cleaning policy. They're recommending that we put a cleaning fee on there, $20 for like our regular users, people within the district, and then $100 for anyone who's gonna come have a tournament or coming from out of town. They did want to see the language that I come up with before they, approve it, because they really want to make sure that our regular users still don't pay that $100. They want to pay just $20 a day, depending on whether they clean or not. And then the volunteer staff roller skating. So there's people that are interested in having the arena open for roller skating this summer. We were thinking $3, just like for open skating in the winter, $3 per person. Volunteer staffed, obviously. Dwayne has offered to volunteer. And then maybe just once every week or once every 2 weeks in the beginning to see if there's even a desire for it.
So I would make a motion that we go ahead and approve the arena rental fees for 2023, 2024 for the same price as recommended by the rec club. And that for now, we only approve the $100 for out of district and new rentals for people that want to rent the facility. And that we approve the volunteer staff roller skating at the arena. I do not want to pass the $20 for the current clubs that are renting it, because I want to see the language before I go ahead and agree to something like that, so that there's no confusion on how that works. Not to say I won't recommend it later, but my motion is just to approve as what I said for the first.
I'll second Joe's motion. Discussion?
I'm gonna have a problem with the arena rental fee. The only reason is, we know that we have equipment and we're out of it. And we have no idea how much is it going to cost.
Yeah, we're out of any stores of it. So
Exactly.
what is
No.
in there is in there. And it is, no matter what it costs, it's gonna be very expensive. So I can get on the horn with Mike or Mark and see if he can track some down.
Right.
Um,
See what the price is.
yeah, because that's gonna be a big, expense for us coming up. And there's not really any way around it, so.
Exactly. And that's my worry, is we lock in a fee right now, not knowing that. I mean, it might skyrocket, unfortunately,
The fee,
the fee, because we're gonna have to cover. And we know we have a leak on one of the compressors, so we don't know how bad it's gonna be by the time we leave it. So
Yeah,
I
we
think
have-
if we have a little bit more, getting hold of refrigeration, find out what it costs, what they think it's gonna cost, so they have their idea of what that would be.
yeah, I think when they look for that type of refrigerant, it's not like you go buy it from the store, you have to find it somewhere. So I can get on the phone with them and
It's
see.
recycled stuff. It's
Yeah.
not anything we can buy anymore, that's the problem we're gonna run into.
Right,
And we knew that a couple of years ago, that's why we bought a bunch of it, have it on hand, but now we're on it, so. And I think that, it's up to the council, but I think we should table that portion until we have a better idea of bring it to the next council. So we have a better idea of maybe what is the cost gonna be, we don't know. So we can't get this refrigerator, no, we're really,
if we're not gonna set a fee, then we should just table the entire without a fee, we can't rent it out for the summer.
Well, the summer doesn't need to
Postpone it until we know what the
Let's
fee
just
is.
take, let's just table until the next, Caitlin should be able to come up there.
You should be able to rent it for the summer without the.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
until we get the cost, if we're not gonna put a cost for the rental, there's no point in.
No, but that last topic, that if it's okay to approve the roller skating in the summer, that's not affected by anything else.
Let's
Okay,
just separate, let's make a new.
so I'll amend the motion to read will allow volunteer staff roller skating at the arena. That's what we're talking about here.
Okay,
And table the rest.
Table the rest until we get more information. That's my new motion.
You second that, Dwayne?
Okay. Motion,
You agree with that?
yeah, absolutely. So, motion to table, motion to table, right?
No, the motion is that we only,
Oh, do the
we
third.
only do the volunteer staff roller skating at the arena and the rest is tabled.
So motion by White, second by Anderson. Second by Lossing. To, go ahead with the roller skating at the arena and then table items 1 and 2, fees and cleaning fees until further information is available. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Hoheisel,
Yes.
Lasky,
Yes.
White,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes. Number 10, new business. Recreation coordinator, deputy clerk treasurer, and administrative assistant salaries.
I asked to put this on the council, and I talked to you about it. What I'm proposing is that we move these three positions from the 90% up to 100% of their salary. And my reasoning is, Caitlin has been doing 2 jobs, and doing it by herself. And the other 2 girls in the office have been doing such a bang-up job, they've got our campground going without, as far as I know, very, very little, problems that have taken place. They went over, put stuff together on their own so that they can put it in the office, things like that. They've gone way above and beyond. And I know the office staff, it's only a couple months that it makes a difference. Caitlin is a little bit more, but after looking at it and in the packet, I had them make sure that they drafted it up. The money is very minimal. The other thing is on the money, so that you're aware of, is these salaries, when we did the budget, were for 100%. So we're not owed any money, we're not gonna lose anything. And so the money's there. But I just feel like these individuals have done such a bang-up job, and it's just something that I think we can handle, raising all 3 of theirs up to 100%. And that's where it's standing. And I'd make that a motion.
I'll second that just for discussion.
Motion by Anderson, second by Hoheisel. Discussion?
Yeah, so since our conversation, I went in the office. I like to talk to everybody all the time before we make decisions like this. And in discussions with everybody, and this isn't, I think we need to have a standard set for this type of stuff. The gals in the office, honestly, have worked and do work just as hard as Caitlin does. I'm not taking away from anybody like that, but the girls are already after a year mark. And it wouldn't be fair and across the board and following any type of standards if we went ahead. Sarah's already up, her year's up this month, June. Kirsten's up next month, they already waited a whole year. And, you know, it wouldn't be fair for them to just put Caitlin at 100%. She's almost 6 months out from her year mark. So in fairness and having a set standard, I feel, and in with discussion of the 2 of the people that are on here, feel that I would vote no on this. I would let it ride out for their year and they just get their pay increase as originally contracted with me when they hired me. And again, that's coming from most of the people on there. And not picking on you, Caitlin. It's not, we just have to have a standard, in my opinion, that we stick with. And if there's some precedent, I know that you're not working anymore because you only have one person, you're still working 40 hours a week.
No, I'm working 32.
Well, 32 hours a week, but you understand my point. It's not fair to the other staff
No, I
that have
don't.
already did their years.
I don't
Anyway, that's where I stand. I will be voting no on that, for that reason.
Kathy, how do you feel about, your people in the office? What's your thoughts?
I believe that, I agree with Caitlin, she's working 2 jobs. Tony's trying to assist her on his own. If this would be a benefit for both of them, they would both come cash ahead. I know there is no precedent set and there is no policy, we discussed that today, but I'm in agreement with Glenn.
Their jobs, are they union or not?
Our 3 jobs are not,
In the office.
they are not union jobs.
Caitlin, yours is, right?
Yes.
The other thing is, when you look at, we have some precedents in the past. We have and had employees that we have, once they got some work done, we hired them and moved their salary up. So this isn't something that we haven't done in the past. So we have done it. Yeah, 2 individuals in the office should have possibly been looked at earlier, but unfortunately it's not. And, you know, that's where, when I went in and chatted and looked at it and made sure that the spreadsheet was put on, I'm just looking at it. It's not much, but it is an act of force, but it doesn't mean that we're overseeing one person or the other 2. I don't think that they're doing this just as much. But I just thought it'd be, you know, with them not just moving the one, I didn't think it was fair. So that's why I thought we should have raised all 3 of them, because they have all been doing the same job. So, you know, it's not a whole lot, but it is something. But it's gonna turn into a mess. And that's what kind of sounds like, I'll withdraw my motion at this time.
What I'd like to see come out of this is the establishing a policy, so as we go forward, when this does come up, we have some guidelines on making decisions on how this is done, because right now we don't really have any. It seems like, you know, sometimes we're trying not to set a precedent, I just would like to see, one good thing that could come out of this is that we could work on some sort of a policy to set guidelines for decisions in the future.
That would not be, you can't set a guideline and say, we're gonna do it at this date. If that individual is doing an outstanding job, that's why you go forward with something like this. But if an individual, if we just put out a guideline saying, oh, we're gonna live 6 months, that's not realistic, okay?
That's
not
not
realistic
what I'm talking about.
On the guideline, whatever. In the past, what we have done is if an individual has done an outstanding job at the position, we could have moved them forward. So,
Did you withdraw your?
yes, I withdraw my motion. I'll call it question.
Was it
All
withdrawn?
question.
Okay,
Is it withdrawn?
Yes.
it's withdrawn.
Okay, well, then I don't need to comment on it.
Yeah, go ahead and say what you.
Well, you know, if she's in the union, which we are, she would be jumping union negotiations as far as I understand. And we have negotiation for contract and income increases this July. So it wouldn't be right for her to be able to jump without us consulting union
And we're
reps.
not jumping her.
You're not jumping, what would you call
We're
it?
not jumping her. We we were adding her to her salary, which is now at 90%. When we hire individuals, we hire them at 90%.
I got that.
And it's up to the council, and it has been in the past, discretion of the council to decide if we waive that and go to 100%. And we have done that in the past without having to go through the union. It's not bucking the union. It's something that we have done to honor the individual. We've done a fantastic job. We have done that. We have even hired individuals who have been in the city and moving into a new position because they have been working for us in the past. We have taken that into consideration and waived the 90 and went to 100% straight out. So this is nothing brand new. But I'm not gonna sit here and get back and forth on it. I withdraw.
It was just an observation, Glenn. I just
I'm
wanted
just saying.
clarification.
Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Moving on.
This is a
I
council.
got one thing to say. So
I've called a question. I want this done. Vote no. It's already, I've withdrawn it. There's nothing here. Move on.
Moving on. Caitlin, would you like to say something?
can I say something or not?
Yes, you may.
If it's concerning this, no.
Yeah,
It's been withdrawn.
Caitlin, if you have a comment, you may say it.
Uh,
You may speak.
I want to say thank you first for noticing that I've been working by myself. I understand that it's money and everybody wants to feel appreciated. I don't think that I work harder than anybody else, but I do, the lack of support from other people is really disheartening when it comes to this. Not you guys, but my fellow workers. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Moving on to new business, letter B, approved recreation department recommendation to hire Danica Sunblad, Logan Masco, Morgan Bush, Cameron Posey, and Isaiah Peterson, and Sheila Milovitz for summer help.
There's a lot of names there. So let me explain. A couple of them one of them has a job interview for somewhere else. Someone else is someone I really would like that might not or might be able to. I know what my hours are. I know what I have to stay within. I just don't want to have to keep coming back to you if somebody doesn't work out. So if we can just
Let's
approve.
list the names up there and then, so you have it covered.
Yep, and
for the
then
ones that are available or
I
not
will stay
available.
within what I need to stay within. Yeah.
How many people is that?
We have 6 right here, but
How
what I need to
many
stay
are you
within.
gonna hire?
Well, I might hire them all with cut back hours even, so we're gonna do whatever works, so.
How many hours will be in the past?
We, and,
And individuals.
so last year we had 3 that could go up to 40 hours,
Right.
but we're also without the assistant right now, so.
So, right, so I talked to her about this a little bit and, tried to get a feel on what we should be doing. And she has a couple of people that can work some hours, but not these hours. So we're thinking that a couple of these people might be split shift. I mean, we're hoping to fill the positions with the bids that we can.
With the climate of finding people to work, you kind of gotta do what you gotta do right now, right? And that's what you're trying to do, so. So I will make a motion for Caitlin to do what she has to do to get her workers and get her work done.
I'll second it.
Motion by Lossing, second by White. Discussion?
I think we need to make sure that it's false direction, that you're running them so many hours. Not, because if you hire them all, we can say, oh, you're gonna hire all of them, and they start working, but we need to know.
The limit of
And I know
hours
you are going to do that, but I'd rather have that in that.
set.
Oh, sure. So I can review it.
Just, you
Yeah,
know,
so
just say
pulling the motion
within,
back and just adding verbiage that says, within the amount of hours that you would allow.
Budgeted, yeah.
that's our budget. That'd be great.
So So I make a motion. Motion by Lossing, second by White. Any other discussion?
Did you add that to your motion?
Well, it's that she's allowed. I don't have the, Caitlin knows what that is, right?
Yeah, yep. Do you want the exact number?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just that.
You can have. it. So any other discussion? Hearing none. Roll call.
Hoheisel.
Yes.
Lassie.
Yes.
White.
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes. Approve street department recommendation to hire Jack Stella and Xander Lilligard for summer help.
Motion to accept the recommendation to hire him.
Go ahead, Tom.
So and maybe we can, maybe we can't, Mitch, but I'd like to put one more name on there as an alternate, as I haven't been able to get a hold of Jack Stella. And the other alternate would be Gabriel White on the instance that I can't get a hold of Jack.
That's fine. Just, the motion can give that.
Yeah. So Joe, you just wanna,
I have to abstain.
so I'm gonna amend the motion. Well, then I will,
You gotta squash it,
yeah,
Joe.
I'll squash Joe's motion. Cause it's his,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said, I have to abstain, so my
Okay,
motion's.
so make the motion and then, where he can just officially withdraw.
I'll withdraw my motion.
His withdraw.
okay.
And I'll make a motion to approve the street department recommendation for Jack Stella, Xander, Leslie Dart, and
Gabe White.
Gabe Light
I'll second.
for summer help.
I'll second that.
Or any of these returned from last year.
Xander is.
Senators.
Yep.
So his salary goes up. Don't we usually?
Yeah, we usually give him another 50 cents.
So motion by Hoheisel, second by Lossing to approve street department recommendation. Any other discussion? Roll call?
Hoheisel.
Yes.
Lassie.
Yes.
White.
Abstain.
Anderson.
Yes.
Lossing.
Yes. Letter D, I put that on there, and since then have a chance to talk to the two Cathys. What it was about was seeing if, in the work that they're doing, they're covering a lot of bases there and doing a lot of documenting that we could have, at the end of all this training, we would have something that we'll be able to use as a tool for training in the future, and they were both in favor and are doing that kind of documentation. We'll put something together that we will be able to use for training in the future. So, there's no motion, nothing else is needed on that. That's already taken care of. That's why it was there to begin with, so. Anything? Letter E, Planning Commission Conditional Use Permit.
Okay, the planning commission met yesterday to consider a conditional use permit application from Mr. Lucas Lisson, 39 Fur. And he wanted to do an auto repair business out of his single stall garage and in his driveway, and some service as a mobile mechanic where he would do work at different people's homes or garages. And on the basis of that, I will move that the council deny the conditional use permit as per the recommendation of the planning commission.
I'll second that.
Moved by Lassie, second by Anderson, to take the recommendation of the planning commission, the conditional use permit for Lucas Lisson.
Listen, Lisson.
Any discussion on that?
It's, we had different application for automobile repair businesses out of the whole garages, and they're just not compatible in the neighborhood. There was strenuous objections from all neighbors.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
F, revise, oh, we already.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Next meeting, May 16th.
Says May 16th. I think it meant to say, they have the same date on.
Kirsten.
Who seconded that?
You know what it is.
EDA, June 6th.
Okay.